Right then, welcome back. Yeah, we're out on this Triumph 1200 GT Explorer. Now, I've ridden one of these before and I didn't like it because they've changed the way the engine works, but we'll talk about that in a little minute. I've been on it for, I don't know, half an hour, 40 minutes ish, and I like it. I do like it. It is very big. I'm very nervous when I come to a stop. It's very thumpy, the engine, very twinny, very vibey, but not in a bad way. You know that it's doing work, and yeah, it's not the same as every other triple that you've probably ever ridden before, which they've taken aim at the GS, and GS riders like a certain thing, like gravel all over the road. That's always a pleasure. Oh yeah, that was from Not a Lot in third. She's a little bit chuggy, but she still pulls clean. There's so many different things electronics wise on this bike that it would take many hundreds of miles to work them all out. I know how to change modes, I know how to turn the cruise on, the heated seat, which is a pleasure on my posterior. Heated grips, reasonably warm. I've got them on the lowest setting just because it keeps raining. I'm just keeping my fragile hands warm. Screen's okay. There's a little bit of buffeting and vibes at sort of 60, 65, 70. You'd probably stick an MRA screen on it or something like that. Dash mega. Probably not quite as good as the BMW. The joystick can be a little bit fiddly. I think the BMW control, the interface is much better. Oh, look at all them trees, they're ruined. Yeah, the BMW control is better, but the dash is not far off. It looks very expensive. Fuel gauge, trip computer, range, you name it, we've got it. Yeah, it's a nice thing. It's big, it's expensive. Holy moly, it's expensive. But yeah, I'm going to keep riding, and when I've really worked out where this road goes, because I'm currently in the middle of nowhere, we'll talk some more. Didn't really have a choice, did I? She's certainly throaty. I'm going to say something, and it's not a slight on this motorcycle, it's more about personal choice. I don't think this is good. One up, as a solo motorcycle, I don't think this is as good as the Tracer 9 GT. Oh, it's a different style of bike. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Like, I get that. But a bike's a bike. At the end of the day, we get bikes and we ride them and we go places and we do what we want to do on them. And they've all got to make you feel like you're doing something you want to do. And this, for me, other opinions are available. I know people love them. They do. They're not perfect. Very little is. But for me, this just does not engage me quite as good and quite as well as that Tracer did. Yes, it's more clever. The Tracer dash with the two segments was a bit of a mess. Screens are much of a muchness. I mean, this is a bit easier to move up and down, just push and pull the lever. But it needs an extra blade on it. There's too much wind coming over the top here. There's wind here as well. The Tracer screen, apart from the fact that the air was tumbling onto the top of your helmet, the Tracer screen was actually a little bit better. I haven't enjoyed this as much as riding the Yamaha. It's a bigger bike. The one thing it does very well is it's massive, and you could put a pillion on with luggage, and it's got the torque and the power to go as many miles as you want to go. The Yamaha probably can't do that. But how often in the last 20 years of riding motorbikes have I done that? Oh yeah, 0. So as much as I would like a bike to go out and have big long days to up, I don't need to spend 17 grand to do it. I can go and buy a GTR1400 for 4,000 quid and it does exactly the same. Exactly the same. It's just not got electronic suspension and it's not got cruise control. Alright, well I can remedy that for 150 quid. My point being, I don't like this as much as the Yamaha, so I probably wouldn't spend this much money on something that didn't engage me. It's a very, very good motorcycle. I am not saying it's a bad bike at all. It's just not for me. Although, if I could spend a few days on it, I'd probably change my mind, because it's incredibly comfortable, it's incredibly easy to ride. Apart from when you get to an off-camber junction and you're in neutral instead of first. And you think you're going to drop it, and your bum, the portal to the beyond, goes so incredibly tight that you think it might tear itself into oblivion. Yes, it was certainly a sobering moment when I realised I'm only 5'10", I'm not 6'7", and my little leg was doing a certain kind of dance. It's very good, and if you like it, you like it, and you'll fall in love with it, and you'll do many, many miles. For me, it's just not quite right. So what do you get for your money then? Everything. Semi-active suspension, which is adjustable infinitely through the dash. I mean, the settings actually are quite easy once you know where everything is. So you just muck about with the joystick and in you go, and you can change that to your heart's desire. 4 or 5 modes: rain, road, sport, off-road, and then you've got a rider one that you can configure. A massive tank. I put 25 quid's worth of unleaded in it, and it only took it to 3/4 full. Yes, it was empty, it was on its arse, but yeah, huge tank, heated grips, heated seat, cruise control, spotlights, blind spot warning system. That freaked me out the first time that popped into life. Bright orangey yellow lights shining at you from the wing mirrors. That was certainly interesting. How scraps the weather got all of a sudden. The reason I'm out on this today is Mrs. Moto's bike, her Street 77765R, is in for its service. So rather than sit around with the dealer, getting bored and doing nothing, I thought I would take advantage. Do you know what? We're not sitting here in this. We'll go round. I love the way they've stopped at the repeater. That is an excellent bit of kit. Oh my god. It's alright, don't worry about it. F*** my life. Jesus Christ. The weather is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. This roundabout is an absolute pain in the arse as well. One of the worst bits of road design ever. Look at the standing water. Oh my god. Tell you what you do not need today, and that is idiots. Like Exhibit A.